And we are live. I see you guys are in the building already. We got Costas in the building. Guys, today is going to be a bit different. I know usually we do the watch-alongs, but given that it's the January transfer window, given that we have an FA Cup clash tomorrow, I thought it would be the perfect time to go live with you guys and so that we can discuss our thoughts about this transfer window. I'm going to share what I personally think. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm also going to pull up, I think something that's going to be really, really useful is pulling up a depth chart of our current squad and seeing in which places maybe we could strengthen. And then, I'm going to tell you honestly what I think. And like I said, I want to know where you guys are at and how you're feeling about everything, Yo, Dane's in the building. Guys, Robbie, have you guys seen, for those of you that are members of the channel, thank you. And I see that you've sent in the emojis. And did you guys notice how there's new ones? Like Wataruendo, there's Goatmez, there's a whole lot of new ones. But yeah, guys, welcome. Welcome. Cookie Monster, thank you for the super. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. How are you doing? We're starting with a bang here. Wow. We're starting with a bang. But yeah, guys, I knew that you guys, one of the players that you guys were going to ask about, it was going to be Kylian Mbappé. Not surprised. Look at Gabriel sending in the chat the Goatmez emoji. I'm loving it. And yes, Umar is in the building too. We're absolutely going to talk about Arsenal game tomorrow too, which is, I believe, 4:30 p.m. UK time. That's going to be in the FA Cup. And I actually expect both teams to go quite strong. But like I said, the focus today will still be about the transfer window. And even though it's been quiet so far, and I think the only really big piece of news is Fabio Carvalho coming back from his loan from RB Leipzig, and the fact that we're going to look to loan him out again. Today there was news that Wolves is one of the potential suitors, so that we could potentially see him go there, or a top 6 championship club. And apparently the main deciding factor is going to be his game time, which I agree with. I would say exactly the same. You know what I mean? Yeah, Yazin, I saw Timo Werner, guys, has signed for Tottenham. That's really the first big move, I would say, that's happened in the Premier League this transfer window. But yeah, guys, let me know if you can see this, because this is something that I think is going to be really useful in our conversation. It's a depth chart of our squad. And I think it's going to help us in seeing which areas we really need to strengthen in, because it just helps to see it like that, you know what I mean? Lifetime. And let me just make sure you guys can see that well. Yo, yeah, guys, if you turn up the quality to 1080, you'll be able to read that. You'll be able to read the names, okay? If you guys turn up the quality. Yes, Leon, thank you for the support. Nice to see you in the building. And 1994 Danny Boy 2 is saying Jared Bowen. That's a name that we have been linked with in the past. Absolutely. And I'm seeing Lucia is saying sign Wirtz from Leverkusen. He is an unbelievable talent. But again, let's look at this depth chart, right? I'm going to go kind of position by position, and I think it's where I'm going to be telling you guys my honest thoughts as to how much I think we're going to be doing this window. And you guys will be able to see too just how much it's updated in terms of, you see which players are out right now. So if you look at the squad, I know Robbo and Costas are getting closer and closer, but they're still technically out. And Joel Matip is another one that's going to be out probably till the end of the season, and he's probably not going to be given a new contract. Then if you look at the midfield, that's where we have a decent amount of options out. We have Dominic Soboslai, we have Endo, who's off to the Asia Cup, and then we have Stefan Bajcetic and Thiago, who have been out forever, right? And then in terms of our forwards, we have Salah, who's out, and we have Ben Doak. Otherwise, the rest of our squad is fit. So that's one of the things I was going to ask you guys is, if and this is what I want to hear in the chat right now. Yo, Van Dijk Edits is in the house. Guys, I want to ask you, if you could strengthen in one position this window, what would it be? Because look, I'm going to go position by position, and I actually think I'm usually one to always ask, yo, Biscuit Bear's in the building. I'm always one to ask for signings, and I think we always need to strengthen. But when you look at players like Joe Gomez, the Goatmez, he is an incredible squad player to have, because look at the way he's come in at left back, how he's performed. And then you can say, oh, he can also go and play right back. He can play center back. To have a player like that in a squad is one of the most valuable things you can have in football. Because let's be real, Robbo's going to be back soon. Kostas is going to be back soon. But once, for example, Robbo's back, he has to be our starting left back. He's just that good. You know what I mean? And so at left back, for example, I would say you can't sign someone because we have Robbo coming back. We have Kostas, who's an incredible backup. Then at center back, when you look at our options, most teams, guys, are supposed to have 4 center backs. And Gary, you're saying center back, right? Right. Okay. Look at our center back options. We have Virgil, we have Gomez, we have Ibu Konate, and we have Joral Kwanzaa. That's 4 options. Those are pretty good 4 options to have. You know what I mean? And so when I look at that, I do think we could potentially use another center back. And I say that because Joel Matip is going to be out till the rest of the season. And the fact that Gomez also tends to play now a lot in the fullback positions, right? We've seen him play a right back. We've seen him play a left back. And so that's, again, I want to hear, do you guys think we need a center back? Helpful Viper, I'm sorry to hear that you're really sick. What do you think it is that you have? Is it a cold, or I hope you feel better soon. And I hope to bring you some positivity tonight. CDM has to be the position. So Azan, this is another thing I was going to say. I really think Stefan Bajcetic is well suited to be a defensive mid, and he's going to be back soon. Stefan Bajcetic, you see the crunching tackles he put in for us when he was fit last season. I really think he can be that player for us. And imagine if we have Endo and Bajcetic fighting for that position. One is obviously older, Endo is 30, and then Stefan Bajcetic is truly one for the future. I just wonder, what defensive mid are we going to bring in, guys, that wouldn't harm the development of Stefan Bajcetic? That's my question. Because I'm all about signing players, right? And I think it's always good to strengthen. But I go back to this where I look at our youth, right? And I know, Azan, you're going to agree about giving the youth a chance. Joral Kwanzaa is looking like a top player. If we had signed him for 50 million from another club, I think people would be rating him so much higher than they are now. Okay? Top talent. And Stefan Bajcetic, I thought he was our best midfielder last season when he was fit. I know he got injured in March, but for me, Stefan Bajcetic was just incredible. And that's why I know we have to be careful with the game time, but Endo, again, has proven his doubters wrong. And let's say we sign a defensive mid and we have him, we have Stefan Bajcetic and Endo at defensive mid. That's a lot to have 3 players fighting for one position. You know what I mean? And that's why I honestly, guys, this might be the first time, and I know you're going to find this disappointing, guys. You're going to find this disappointing. But I'm an honest person, and this is the first time I've looked at a window where I genuinely, guys, would not be mad if we didn't sign someone. I know that's crazy. But, and now I know I'm going to get hate from you guys because it's not a popular thing to say. But that's what I mean. Bolaji, he's going to be a backup once he's back for Endo. And Endo is proving that he can do it in the Premier League. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing. And now I'm going to read what you guys think about what I just said because I know it's not popular. Taya, thank you for the comment. That means a lot. And same with Thiago. He's coming back too. So you look at our midfield options. Guys, look at what I have pulled up here in terms of midfield. When everyone's fit, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, Dominic Soboslai, and Thiago to fight for all those 2 other positions in front of the defensive mid. That's a lot of options. You know what I mean? It's a lot of options to have in your team. Yeah, Gabriel, that's why I wanted to pull it up so that we can truly see every position, you know? Curtis proved his worth this season. Absolutely. Curtis and Harvey have really shown me what they can do. And no, show me, Gomez can really do well at right back. He's done so well this season. And then we also have Connor Bradley coming back from injury, you know? Wow, King K, some of you actually seem to agree with me. I was not expecting that. Guys. I thought you would really hate on this like opinion because okay, look, Johnny says we're just a few injuries away from crisis in certain positions, but at the same time, Johnny, here's the thing though. Like every team, you could say that about every team in the league. Even look at City. What happens to City if Kyle Walker gets injured? Like, honestly, I think it's normal in some positions to not have a dream backup. But what I mean is, like, what really good right back, for example, Johnny, tell me a position you think we need better backup. Let's say right back, right? Because I saw that being mentioned. Let's say we go and sign a right back. How could you tell a top quality right back that he's just going to be behind Trent and sometimes he gets games? That doesn't work. You know what I mean? Well, if you look at squad players who are happy to be squad players and perform, Joe Gomez is a dream for us because he can play superbly well at left back, superbly well at right back, and then he can slot in at center back too, you know? Sidant, thank you for the donation. And you said I totally agree with you. What, guys? I'm surprised. I thought you guys were going to hate on me. Azan too. Thank you, TG17. But do you guys get what I mean though? Like, and I agree, like certain positions we could get stronger. And now I'm going to give my opinion on Kylian Mbappe. I'm still going to read your comments, guys, because I want to know what you think about what I just said. And again, of course you can always strengthen, but you have to remember too that as a football manager, Klopp, for example, you have to keep the squad happy. And I think what Klopp is so good at doing is making every member of the squad, even when they're not playing, feel important. You know what I mean? And I think that unity that this team has is what makes us such a good team and why we're seeing this mentality and why Klopp has achieved all of these trophies. And that's why I just worry that if we do sign, like, again, someone like Inacio, I agree, absolutely. But again, if we sign someone like Inacio, what message does that send to Kwanzaa? Just what message does it send? Yeah, Johnny, he's a different beast. Okay, guys, I'm still gonna read your comments. And Emil Peterson says, "What do you think about Mark Goldbridge?" I really respect Mark Goldbridge because I just think he doesn't. What I really respect is he doesn't just go for clickbait, and he doesn't just like go do streams or make videos for attention. Like I really think he's able to just respect other teams, and he's not just about seeing this tunnel vision of like United is the best team in the world, whatever. Even though he's a United fan, like I see how much he respects Liverpool and Klopp, and I love to see it. So, and also just the amount of streams he does, I have so much like respect for the dedication. Like I can't. He just does so many, but so definitely he's really, really impressive. But yeah, guys, a lot of you are asking about Mbappe, and this is the next thing I want to talk about, and I want to hear your opinions. And again, this one I don't think it's going to be so popular because I'll just say it. Some of you might know I'm half French, so I love Mbappe when I watch the French national team. I personally think he's the best player on the planet. I really do think so. I would rate him higher than Erling Haaland, personally. And I also think that he would fit the Premier League. He could fit us. He's going to be on a free, so it's like, why not? But it goes back to what makes Klopp, what makes our team so special. It's the fact that we don't really have a star. I know Salah is kind of a star, but he's not really. We don't really have one player that's like, I'm the boss here. Just give me the ball and I'm going to create magic. No, we're a proper team. Every member of our team feels so incredibly important. And that's why I think we can achieve special things. You saw at PSG how you just assemble the best players. Does that make the best team? No. And I agree Mbappe is the best player in the world. That's my personal opinion, like I said. But do I want him at Liverpool? Guys, I'm not even sure. And I know that might seem crazy, but I'm talking about his mentality, and I'm talking about his ego. And would he change all of that to come to Liverpool? I'm not so sure. Like, already to come to Liverpool, he would have to be paid, for example, I know for a fact, minimum 500 grand a week. I don't see him going for less, given what he's earning today. What message would that send out to the rest of the squad? A player who hasn't achieved anything at Liverpool. It's very different to Salah, who's, for example, is now getting paid 350k a week. He's delivered for Liverpool Football Club for many years, and then he got his contract. What message would it send for a 25-year-old Kylian Mbappé to come at Liverpool and be paid 3 times, 2.5 times what Virgil van Dijk is getting paid, who's delivered for us for 6 years, won us the lot, one of the best players in the world? That's what I mean. And that's where I just don't see it. And again, if I put myself outside of that, I think he's the best player in the world. I do like him a lot. I watch him a lot. I know how good he is. But what makes Liverpool Football Club so special is the fact that we're a team and not a team of individuals. You know? But now I want to hear your thoughts. Yo, the Lone Traveler's here. How are you doing? How are you? But that's what I mean. What I love is looking at this. Yeah, Johnny, you think he would ruin the dynamic in the dressing room. Look, your opinion on signing a center back like Alessandro Circati. Abdo, I haven't watched him. But this is the brilliant thing. You look at our squad, and because we don't necessarily need a player, this is also the best position to be in. You saw it in previous January transfer windows. I think the brilliant thing is our scouting, our recruitment team is going to have a list of names that they think for a really smart price, you can pick them up and they'll add something special to this team. I think they will have names. And the brilliant thing is because we're not in a hurry, because we're not desperate, we can wait for the right moment. And if we see, oh, the team needs to sell, or oh, the player is available, oh, the player wants to come at this time, we pounce. And that, I think, is the best position to be in. Because you see United, who panic buy all the time. I think we're in the opposite position right now. We're in the opposite position in terms of, again, the right opportunity arises, or a player is too good to turn down, like Luis Diaz when Spurs wanted to sign him from FC Porto. For example, Luis Diaz, the recruitment team would have done so much work on his mentality off the pitch. I really think our recruitment team values off the pitch mentality as much as pure talent. Obviously, the pure talent has to be there. But I think if you don't have the mentality to want to be a proper team player, to want to properly track back as an attacker, to defend for the team, you can't be signed no matter how talented you are. And that's what I love about this team. And that's what I love about Klopp. And again, I know many PSG fans because I live in Paris. And I can tell you, he frustrates them. And you know why? Because in many games, Mbappé doesn't track back. He doesn't track back. And they give away a lot of goals. And that's, again, maybe it's just one player that doesn't track back, but that has a knockoff effect on the rest of the team. Like you said, Johnny, it could affect the dynamic in the dressing room. And imagine in a game, Mbappé doesn't track back, right? What message does that send to Darwin, to Salah? Oh, you guys have to track back? You're different? I don't know. Like, I don't see how you could deliver more than what Salah has done for us, and Salah still has to track back and work for the team. So I'm not convinced. And again, would I be so excited if Mbappé came? Of course I would be. But you have to look at the whole player, and you have to look at the mentality, and you have to look at the special team that we have right now. And I think a lot of it is because we're not a team of individuals. That's, and what I love about our fan base, what I love about this football club is the fact that when Lucho was going through this tough spell, I know there's a lot of people who bring out negativity on Twitter and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, not for 1 minute did I ever doubt Luis Diaz. I know he's been going through this spell, but he's such a special player. And he's such a special, he seems like such a special human being who's going to give everything to Klopp and this team. And that's what I want at this football club, and that's why if again, Mbappé would be playing left wing, that's his best position. Like, I don't want to kick someone out like that gives this heart and soul to Liverpool Football Club, who's so gifted. I don't want to kick someone out like that to bring in Mbappé, even though maybe he's a better footballer. I don't know. I don't think that's what we represent. But let's see what you guys think. Mindful Music, you agree. You said Luis Diaz is finding his form back. We would have to make the team around him if we signed him. I actually think it'd make us play worse. Don't need his ego. That's what I've been saying. Olise from Palace is a potential Salah replacement. That's, again, guys, that's something I was going to say, though. If there's one thing where I would pressurize the owners and pressurize Klopp, and one thing that I think is a must, it's to get Salah on an extension. And I don't like to hear about Salah replacements because I really, really do think so, guys, that Salah still has 3 years in him minimum. I really think so. He's 31 years old. He takes care of his body like no one else. And he's an out-and-out goal scorer. That's something that you never lose. That instinct you saw with Cristiano Ronaldo. Even when he was 35, he was scoring an absurd amount of goals. And then with Salah's mentality and how he's adjusted to the league, our system, everything, God, I want him to stay so bad. I really think he is irreplaceable. We talk about it being a team. And during this period, I think, we have the players to step up for him. But I think Salah, it's that good that you don't replace him. And that's why if there's anything where we got to pressurize the owners and do everything to invest, I think it's keeping Salah at the club. And I'm actually getting more and more confident that he'll stay, guys. I know there was all the talk in the summer about Saudi, but if you put yourself in Salah's shoes for a minute, and you see the way our team is performing now and the potential, because we have a lot of young players when you look at that squad, like, do you really want to go to a dead league where Firmino wants to come back? There was news an hour ago that Hendo wants to come back. These players are not having fun in Saudi. They're not. So it's like, for him, is the money the most important thing when he's already earning 350K? I don't think so. That's just my belief in Mohamed Salah. I think he's a winner. I think he's a competitor. I think he's one of the great athletes in the world. And I don't think he's going to want to go to a dead league that already you're seeing players want to leave because it's just not worth it. And I don't think they're having fun. And I think they're realizing that money isn't the most important thing. That hopefully that sends a message to Salah that it's like, no, that would be a mistake. And imagine the legacy Salah could build if he stays another 3 years. Like, the things he could win with this football club. That, I think, is where our attention should be. And that's where I'll fight. Because I think Salah is one of those players that will age like fine wine. And like I said, I think it's because of the specific position that he plays, where he just gets himself in those intelligent positions and finishes them off, which I think he could even get better at. You saw how in a creative sense, he's getting better and better, getting more assists. I think he's more complete now than he was in that 2017-18 season, which you could say was prime Salah. Seriously. So, yeah. And then Johnny says, thoughts on Hendo and Bobby wanting to leave Saudi? I'm not surprised. Like, these players are already on, like, that's why I don't understand this Saudi league. These players are already on absurd money. So they can already buy anything they want in their life. They can already provide money for generations in their family. Why go to a league where there's no passion, where there's no history, where it's all dictated by oil money, when you're loved like Bobby was at Liverpool, when you're loved like Hendo was at Liverpool? I just don't understand it. And now I think them wanting to leave and come back to the Premier League, it's such a sign that money doesn't buy happiness. Like, truly, money does not buy happiness. And I think to play under Klopp in this Liverpool team, the joys, you saw the emotions of Bobby in his last game for Liverpool. that means so much more than the money. It does. And if it doesn't, then I think you don't have a passion for football. And if you don't have a passion for football, then I don't think you can get to the levels that they do because they're just so focused on football. You know what I mean? Exactly. Johnny, that's what I was thinking. When we saw Bobby in the stands at Anfield for a game against Newcastle, which was on the 1st of January, literally what was going through my head was he must be watching the level of that football, the beautiful attacking football on display, and he must be missing the intensity. He must be missing the adrenaline of that. Because let's be real, the Saudi League, I would never watch. I would never watch. Ever. And big up to Leo Messi for rejecting the Saudi League. Seriously. If you leave Liverpool under Klopp, you ruin your legacy, just like Coutinho. The Scouser, absolutely. About to Van Dijk edits the Bobby book. So look out because there's going to be content around that. Yeah, Parash, Sepp Vandenberg he's having a great season in Germany. And he's one for the future because he can play right back and center back. So it's exactly what we need. And I wonder what will happen with him at Liverpool next season because he's playing at a high level. Like the Bundesliga is a high level and he's a really, really key player for Mainz. Right? It's Mainz that he plays for, if I'm not mistaken. Farad says, would you take Bobby back at Liverpool? I love Bobby so much, but I don't think I would take him back. And I say that just because we have, like, again, look at the list of attackers that we have. We have 5 top class attackers, and then we have Ben Doak and Kate Gordon who are coming up, right? Really good talents. But, like, you look at that, and where would Bobby really get playing time, you know? And I don't want him to come back and just be a squad player. Like, he's going to be remembered for being one of the best players of all time for us. And one of the, you know, and so I don't want him to come back and disappoint, you know, I guess, and ruin that legacy. I love that, guys. I'm going to pin this from 1994 Danny Boy because I couldn't agree more. This is what I mean. And this is what I love, guys, about Liverpool Football Club. What I love so much is it often feels like in modern football that the beautiful game is dying just because money does dictate a lot of this game, if we're being honest. It dictates a lot of this game. But it doesn't mean that you can't keep some of that. And this quote from 1994 Danny Boy, from Bill Shankly, but you shared it, is one of my favorite quotes in football. It says, for a player to be good enough to play for Liverpool, he must be prepared to run through a brick wall for me and then come out fighting on the other side. And I think what that also represents, which goes back to, I think, how Klopp views his players and his team, is how, like, you have to be humble first and foremost. And this thing of fighting for the team means that everyone has to be in some ways equal. Obviously, you're not going to be equal because, like, the salaries, for example, aren't the same. And that does show the dynamics in a squad. But more so, how are you going to fight for the team? And what I mean by that is, like, let's say Salah, for example, is our star player. He's paid the most. But he always has to track back. He has to work for the team. And that's what I mean in terms of no matter kind of what you've done, you have to have this thing of we're a unit together fighting for this bigger thing. And I don't see that at PSG. I don't see that at United. There's many clubs that are spending tons of money bringing in the biggest stars. And does that mean that you're going to be successful? No. And I think even when you are successful after doing that, it doesn't mean the same. It doesn't mean as much. At least for me, it wouldn't mean as much, you know? Jeff Bloomberg, thank you for the donation. How do I join your channel? So, Jeff Bloomberg, yes, I always see you in the live, so you can be a moderator. Absolutely. Let me see how I can do that. Guys, W in the chat for that donation. It's much appreciated, Jeff. Let me see how I can do that. Let me try to see how I can do that. If you comment again, Jeff. Oh, actually, I might be able to do it here. No, add it. Okay, I've added you. Because, Jeff, I always see you in the building. And then what do you mean by join the channel? Do you mean... I'm not sure what you mean by join the channel. Yo, Zos is in the building. Yes, Vile, that's what I love to do. Johnny, as of today, I saw your comment as well. I don't have plans to go to Anfield yet, but I really want to create more content around that. And hopefully we can go to a game together. Oh yeah, Van Dyke edits. You can, by becoming a member, you can, it's next to the sub button. There should be a join button. Unless you're on the phone. Jeff. Parash, thank you. That means a lot. And thank you, Alan. Oh, Jaden. That's so sick. You met Bobby. I saw that he was doing a book signing in Liverpool yesterday. I saw that. How was it? Yes, Sanan Duffy. I remember you. How are you? Barry? Farath, what I was saying before is I really, really don't want to think about Salah replacements because I think our number one goal should be to tie him to a new contract. I just think he's irreplaceable. I think he's so perfect for us. And I just think he's going to be so motivated to keep breaking records that my dream is he signs an extension and he just keeps breaking all the records and continuing his legacy. That's the dream. And that's honestly the only tunnel vision that I have. Amigo! Jose's in the building. Is that you? Is that you, Jose, or nah? Let me see. If you said amigo, I'll know it's you. Yeah, you said amigo. I know it's you. Don't say that. I can't have him leave in the summer. But you agree with me? Amigo, I was just saying that even me as a French... Oh, let me turn this down a little bit. I was saying even me as someone who loves Mbappé and thinks he's the best player in the world, I don't think he's meant for Liverpool. And I know that's very not popular. No, Leon, I really don't think Bobby would come back. Like I said, you look at the depth that we have in the forward positions. I really don't think that Bobby would have a place in our team anymore. You know, as much as I love him. And he could probably still do a job in the Premier League. So maybe he'll go back on loan to a team. But it's crazy. Did you guys see the Times, which is like the most reliable source, said that Hendo also wants to come back from Saudi? So it looks like everyone's realizing money doesn't buy happiness, and now they want to come back because they miss the intensity of the Premier League. Thank you, Mervin. I hope you're doing well. Big up to you. Oh, okay. Guys, Jose actually wants Mbappé at Liverpool. You do want him at Liverpool. But what's so exciting, this is what I was saying when looking at this, guys, is the fact that Stefan Bajcetic should be back pretty soon, and same with Thiago. And I know Thiago is injury prone, so I feel like we can't really count him as much because who knows how many games he'll be able to play. But once Stefan Bajcetic is back, what a player. And imagine he's fighting for that defensive mid spot with Endo, who's just growing game by game. It's going to be something special. Something really, really special. We got Goatmez. But amigo, you got to send it. I hope you sent a text to Joe Gomez, your friend, because he's having an insane resurgence this season. Like, seriously, in this, like the last 4 or 5 games during the watch alongs, amigo, the whole chat has just been Gomez, 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 because he's just been playing so well in a position that he hadn't played in so many years, like left back. When he first joined the club and he was 18, he played left back, I remember. But since then, he hasn't. And the fact that he's been able to slot in there and perform, I'm so happy for him, because you told me how great of a guy he is. And so for him to be able to have that resurgence is beautiful, because yeah, now I think no Liverpool fan thinks that he should lead. Like, he's just a fan favorite. Not only a fan favorite, but I know in the summer people were saying maybe he needed to be replaced. And now, like, every single doubter that I've seen has been proven wrong. And that's what you love to see. That's the mentality you love to see. Yeah, Zan, that would be the dream. Gomez. I have a feeling he's going to score his first goal soon too, with the confidence that he has. Shout out to you, Sam Joyce. Who do you think will replace Salah tomorrow? Yeah, so against Arsenal, I think there's a good chance that Harvey plays at right wing. And I say that because what game was it? There was one game where Salah didn't start and Klopp went with Harvey at right wing. I forget which one. But I think there's a decent chance we see Harvey at right wing. And yeah, so for example, guys, in West Ham, in the Cup, when we beat them 5-1, Salah didn't start and Harvey played a right wing. And I think that gives us a little clue that he wanted to test Harvey at right wing. It was this brilliant game. You guys remember? It's when we won 5-1. I think that is an indication that Klopp believes Harvey can play right wing because he can turn in on his left foot. But the other possibility, I think that's most likely, is Diogo Jota. Just because Diogo Jota is two-footed, so he could still shoot with his left really well. And just Jota is such a versatile player, you know what I mean? So it would be so good. Yeah, Dan Pullman, that would be awesome. Are you kidding? That would be so awesome. Oh, imagine Gomez scores his first goal tomorrow. Joe Gomez. Hello, Sonny. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Ulrich says, how much do you love Liverpool? 100%. I have to give it 100%. Thank you, Colin Brooks. I'm going to pin your comment. But I love this comment too from you, Danny Boy. Like, that quote from Bill Shankly, I think, is so relevant when you talk about players like Kylian Mbappé. And like I said, I love the guy because imagine, I'm also a French fan and he literally won the World Cup. He won France the World Cup with his brilliance. And yet I would still say this. So Noel says thoughts on Owen Beck. So we recalled him from his loan from Dundee, and apparently he was doing unbelievably well in Scotland. And now that both Costas and Robbo seem to be coming back quite quick, I wouldn't be surprised if we loaned him out again, because I just don't see how he's really going to get games when you think about it. Because Gomez, I think, will start at left back tomorrow, and so we don't want him to just like play back into the youth system when he's used to playing like professional football. So apparently there's interest from championship clubs, and if he can go to a higher level than Scotland, then that's even better for his development, you know. But all I'll say is this is how I kind of get to know how well a player's done. What I love to do is if a player leaves a club, I love to look at the comments and see the reaction of fans that watch that player week in, week out. And when it was announced by Dundee that we had recalled Owen Beck, I looked in the comments and it was just like comments of saying like, no, like our season's ruined, like we lost our best player, like many comments were saying he's the best left back in the league this season, like such high levels of praise. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, like this guy was loved at his club, and that just shows that he did special things. And obviously to play at the Liverpool level is a whole different thing, but it shows that maybe he could have a future at the club, you know, and if he can be loaned out to a championship side where you play so many games, which is probably so good for your development, I think that would be perfect for him, you know. I just don't know if can you be loaned out twice in a season? I'm pretty sure you can. We've seen that before in football. Yeah, Connor Bradley's another one where when his loan spell ended at Bolton, every Bolton fan had such high levels of praise for him. And that, again, is an indication that he did brilliantly there and that he does have a lot of potential. And he's just been unlucky this season because he's picked up those injuries. But he's one that I would love to see given chances because he's such an attacking fullback that I think he could fit our system quite well. And amigo, Jose Enrique went to see him play at Bolton, and you met him after, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you met him after. So you got to see him live too. Jota. That would be so exciting. Yo, Yoshi is in Japan still watching your stream. You'll never walk alone. Big up to you, Yoshi. It's 3 a.m. for you. Where are you in Japan? Because I gotta tell you, I love your country. Japan is my favorite place I visited in the world so far. And I think the best food. The best food. Yes, Sam, I'll be live for the game tomorrow. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Jaden, congrats. You said you met Bobby and you're going to the Fulham first leg at Anfield. That's going to be so much fun. Make sure to be loud at Anfield, please. We want to get to that final of the Carabao Cup. Minea, Jose Enrique is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Seriously. It's such a joy that I got to meet him and gotten to know him, because I can tell you he's one of those people that really sets ego aside, and it was amazing because I got to see when we went to Anfield, like all he wants to do is make people's day and bring positivity to other people. And that energy I felt from day one, that genuineness, and it's so special because I think within footballers, it's something that you don't often see. And he's just so down to earth and he's so passionate. And I'm just so grateful that I've gone to meet him and have him in my life, you know? Yeah. Yeah, Leah, actually, you know what? This comment from Liam, I don't disagree with either. That's a good way to put it. You said, what's up? What's up, Liam? You said, I think Mbappe is a mentality change away from being one of the best ever. Klopp can do that. That's a pretty good point. When you think about it, Mbappe probably now has so much money that money will never be an issue anymore, because I think his contract was, and by the way, this is almost tax-free because Qatar is involved, whatever, however that works. But I think he earned 600 million euros in 3 years, like the craziest thing ever, because they were so desperate, the Qataris, to keep him. So if he comes, I feel like it would just be to build his legacy, because let's be real, at the club level, he doesn't have a legacy as of today because he's just been in the French league. If he came to Liverpool, he knows Klopp could make him win the Ballon d'Or. He knows that Klopp could make him win all the trophies in the world, and maybe then he would be willing to become a real team player. Who knows? I mean, if Klopp, if we were to sign him, it would be the most insane thing. It would be the most insane thing. because then I would have so much trust. If Klopp said, let's go for him, then I would have so much hope, like so much belief, that Klopp would bring the best mentality out of him. That's the thing. Yo, Aaron's in the building. Yeah, I'm drinking from a bucket. Do you hear all the fireworks? It's more loud tonight than any other night after the New Year's. I don't know why is the 6th like a specific date? 4K Squad says Joel Kwanzaa is our next Virgil. I know, Azan. I gotta convince Jose to come on for another live. That was so much fun. Slasher, you're second in the Zuju League. So you have played. Isn't it so much fun how you get to go... Like, I didn't realize it was a live feature where you get to go head-to-head in the predictions. It's so much fun. But let me look at the leaderboard, actually, because I guess we've already began with the leaderboard. Is it updated already? Let me look right now. Oh, yeah. Slasher Games. I see that you're second in the league right now. Oh, God. I'm at 0 points so far. Oh, I've started terribly. I've started really, really badly, it says. Dang. Oh, is Chelsea playing right now? Is Chelsea playing? Oh, I see. 1-0. Are there any surprises from the cup today? Nah, I don't see any major. Oh, it's Kawed. Okay, that's the football team here in Iceland. Big up to you, Slasher. You're high up. It's only the start, but... Thank you, Mervin. Big up to you and big up to Malaysia. Oh, Colin. Guys, we need to have a talk about Curtis Jones. We got to talk about Curtis Jones. He's another one that's really proven his doubters wrong, and I was one of them. I just didn't think he had what it takes to be a Liverpool player. We know how high that level is and the level of expectation when you come from the academy, but he just keeps on growing. And what's so beautiful to see is like we knew about his qualities on the ball. I think from the moment he made his first appearance for the first team, it was so clear to see that he's a great dribbler, that he can shoot, that he's clever on the ball. But the part that I wasn't convinced about is his defensive work, his mentality, all of those things. And the more and more he plays, the more I'm like, wow, this guy's willing to fight for the team. This guy has the mentality to be a player for the best team in the world. And so I'm so glad that I was proven wrong, because Curtis Jones right now is one of the first names on the team sheet. He really is. Oh, Rocky boy. Rocky boy. Let me see. Curtis is... What happens, Rocky boy, when you try to join the league? What happens? Oh, Mindful Music, that's you. I love it. Haven't shot the clue. That's such a good username too. Oh, that's awesome. And yes, Osel, I'll be doing a watch along for the game tomorrow, so look out. Yo, the Scousa. Yeah, matches goals. Then Rocky boy, what you should try to do is delete the app and re-download it. Try to do that, because that's the weird that it kicks you out. Zach, I've been talking about whether I think we should be signing Kylian Mbappé. I've been talking about whether We need to sign players this January transfer window, all of that good stuff. Gomez is the new James Miller. That's so true. Danny boy. Almas says, what do you think about Andre? I think he was available to us. I think we could have signed him. And just the fact that our scouting team and Klopp didn't decide to pull the trigger makes me think that there's something there that doesn't make him a Liverpool player. And that's the beautiful thing about being a Liverpool fan right now, guys, is the fact that, like, if our recruitment team and Klopp and the scouting department decide not to sign a player, I am not going to argue with it whatsoever, because we've been so spot on with the players that we've signed, so I just can't criticize. Nah, Dan, what was the score? I didn't see it. Yo, Joel's in the house. What's good? I love the clap emoji. I love it. Nah, Van Dijk edits. No chance we let Curtis go. No chance. He's been so good for us. Big up to you, Panique. Thank you. Favorite match watch along? Oh, there's been too many. It's too much fun. I can't pick one. I can't pick one. Bertna's in the house. We got an Icelander in the house. Another Icelander. Okay, Robbie, let me see if I can send an invitation. Let me check. You're talking about on Zuzu, right? I'm not sure how to do it because I have the link to be able to do it. Yo, Mohammed Edits is in the house. Prediction for the game against Arsenal tomorrow are 2-2 and 4-2 on pens. No, that's the bad thing, Mohammed. If it's a draw tomorrow, it's a replay, and Klopp does not want a replay. So I think actually neither team wants a replay. So tomorrow it's going to be interesting. If it's still like level, I think the last 10 minutes both teams will just go for it full on because they really will not want it to end as a draw. Josko asks, who's your midfielder of the season? I would have said Soboslai before. It's so hard because Soboslai started so well and then he's just been playing too much that he hasn't been himself the last 7-8 games. So who's been the best? Oh, that's a really hard one. But Endo's been so brilliant the last few games. I don't know if I can say it. Like who for you guys would be your player of the month if you had to choose one? But Robbie, are you saying for... Okay, guys, I'll leave this link and tell me if it works from here because you guys are asking about joining the league and it started already. So let me see, guys. Let me know if this will work. I'm going to pin it. And it's crazy. There's already over 1,000 of us in the league. And I was actually, Azan, I think I was up against you yesterday because I played Rising Scousers. Here, guys, let me know if this works. I'm going to try. I'm going to pin the link and hopefully that will work for you. Why is it not letting me Here, Robbie, try to click that link that I left in the chat. For some reason I can't pin it. But try to see if that works. Let me know. Yeah, but also I like this question of who is your midfielder of the season. I think it's really hard because, like, if you talk about the last month, it would be Endo, and then Curtis has been really good probably the last 2 months. Soboslai was so good the beginning of the season, so it's like I don't think there's been one that's been that consistent the entire season as being like the standout. That's what's hard about that question. But obviously, if you ask our best defender, ooh, actually, I was gonna say it's definitely Virgil, but then Trent has also been insane. But Trent isn't really a defender. I feel like it's hard to class him as a defender. But Virgil, yeah, I don't know. 12-0 for Lyon today. Jesus, that's insane. You think Harvey, Rocky boy? I'm not 100%. Yeah, Robbie, maybe try looking it up on the App Store. It's called Zuzu Kickoff. If you look up on the App Store, Kickoff Zuzu. If you look it up. Yes. The Scouser, the stream is going to end soon. I was planning on ending it at around in 4 minutes because I'm going to go have dinner soon. I just wanted to have a chat about the transfer window with you guys. And pretty soon, we're going to have the watch along tomorrow too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to go quite strong tomorrow. So I'm really, really looking forward to it because I think both teams are just going to go for it. And I think it's going to be an open game. And I just hope it's going to be an exciting watch. You too, Jeff? No, I think it's possible, Mindful Music. Dang, you think because the league started? Well, what I'll do is the organizers of the league, so from Zuzu, I'm going to ask what's going on and how come you guys can't join, okay? Because the idea anyways is for it to last till the end of the season. So there's going to be lots of chances to get back up in the leaderboard, you know what I mean? So we'll figure it out because I want to make sure all of you can join because it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, before I end the stream, because tomorrow's going to be a match day and there's going to be action again, I want to hear what teams you guys would go for tomorrow against Arsenal. And I'm going to give you my team because I've already prepped it. Ulrix, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. You said, hello, Leo. Who would you meet? Salah, Allah, Salah, Allah, oh God. Salah, Ali, or Van Dijk? So I've actually already gone to meet Virgil. I met him at Anfield, which was really special. But I think if you told me otherwise, I think I would say Salah just because. Just because. Yeah. I don't know. It's too hard because I love Ali too so much. I don't know. Man, it's hard. But yeah, like I said, guys, before the end of the stream, I want to hear your teams for tomorrow. And like I said, tomorrow, 1 hour before kickoff, the watch along will start. So look out for that. Oh yeah, and I was gonna tell you what team I would go for. Yeah, sorry. I prepped it, so I just want to make sure I read out the right one. So, guys, this is the team I would go for tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts, and I'm going to read your teams too. Alisson, Trent at right back, Kwanzaa and Virgil as center back partnership with Gomez at left back. Then Maka in the defensive mid role with Gravenberg and Curtis ahead of him. And then Harvey at right wing, Jota down the middle, and Darwin on the left. But honestly, Lucho on the left too would be brilliant. It's just Lucho's been playing a lot, so yeah, that's why I said Darwin left wing. I also want him to find his confidence. And yeah, I do think Kwanzaa will start RC just because he deserves it. So Robbie, once you're in the App Store, look up Kickoff Zuju. Okay, Kohan, let me resend the link. Yeah, Nikhil, I know very strong, but at the same time, like, yeah, at the same time, I feel like it's okay to go strong because if we beat Arsenal, I just would feel confident that we could go almost all the way in the FA Cup. You know? Okay, Chris GT. Let me see before I end the live. Let me see if I can add you. Uh, I don't see a place where I can add. You guys might be right that I can't add people anymore. But this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna talk to the people who are organizing it, guys. I think that's why. Yeah, I don't see the invite button anymore. Um, oh, because I'm not the host of it too. They created the league. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys once I know. Once I know, because I want to make sure you're still able to join because this should last till the end of the season. Thank you, RC. So the Scouser, you'd make a bit more changes. You're saying Connor Bradley at right back. Yeah. Orange stuff. I think Diaz would be less suited for right wing. I think Jota would be better just because how he is with his left foot. That's the only thing I would say. Big up LFC 10, but I don't understand your joke about Bob Marley donuts. Oh, with jam in it. Okay, like jamin. I get you. I get you. I like that you're showing that. I was gonna say Bob Marley love because flashback. He's such a poacher that I for this game because Salah isn't here. I just want to see him in that center forward position because I think he's in such good form, even though he just came back. That I could see him getting a goal. You know what I mean, or two, and because he loves scoring against Arsenal. No, Robbo's not gonna be back for this game. He's not. Go 12. I think just the it's not possible to keep sending invites. It's not that it's full. Like there's over 1,000 of us in there, but I think it's just that they closed the invite or something. I'm gonna talk to them, okay? Because we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Kostas won't be able to play hacked in green because he's back running on the pitch, but he's not like in full training yet. That would be so. I'm so hyped. Jack, of course, I'm gonna believe that we can win the prep. You have to. You gotta believe. But yeah, guys, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully it's going to be a great game. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we're going to go strong. So it's going to be something special. But big up to all of you guys. You'll never walk alone. I'll see you soon.